Hey, welcome or welcome back. Ever beat a game's final boss and just, well, stare at the credits, wishing there was more to do, to see, to experience? Well, what if I told you that some classic DOS games were designed to be played literally forever, long after the main story was just a distant memory? Today, we're diving into 10 DOS games that let you play until your keyboard gives out. Let's blast off into space with Frontier Elite 2. This game is, well, vast. I mean existentially, mind-bogglingly vast. And I love it. In fact, I love it so much that it holds a permanent spot on a list of my all-time favorite games ever, and not just retro games. Using procedural generation, Frontier created a scientifically accurate one-to-one scale model of our entire Milky Way galaxy. And not just for show, you could go anywhere. You can be a trader, a bounty hunter, a miner, a pirate, or just an explorer, and, well, you could do it forever. There is a military career path that you can follow, but there is no overarching save the universe or prevent the catastrophe plot that ends the game. You make your own story, and it makes it the best story as it's crafted out of your Gen 1 experiences. The game's endless nature comes from its sheer scale and completely open design. You could play Frontier your entire life and literally never see it all. Back on Earth, however, some games could be played indefinitely too. So, how about the life of pizza? Pizza Tycoon lets you build a global pizza empire, from designing your own wacky recipes, through hiring of staff and buying ingredients, to decorating your restaurants. But it's not just about dough and cheese, it's also about sauce. About crime. Because you can also dabble in the criminal underworld, sabotaging your rivals and making deals with the mob. Like many great business simulations, there is no final mission or end date to Pizza Tycoon. Your goal is world domination, one slice at a time. And that's a goal you can pursue forever. If you think about it, people will never stop eating pizzas, so why would you stop making them? And especially if it's so much fun. It's an endless and often hilarious quest for profit, definitely worth experiencing. Here's a game that started a legendary franchise known for its freedom, The Elder Scrolls Arena. Your quest is to reassemble the Staff of Chaos to save the Emperor, but once that's done, the game doesn't just stop. You can carry on exploring Arena's world, questing, or just hanging about for no particular reason other than that you can. In Arena, you're free to explore the entire continent of Tamriel. Thanks to procedural generation, the game world is an estimated 6 to 12 million square kilometers, filled with hundreds of cities, towns and dungeons. Keep in mind, however, that it's an early procedural generation, so most of the randomly made stuff is just a filler, and you can only access towns via fast travel. Still, you can just pick a direction and walk, and carry on for weeks if not months of real time, if you'd like to. The main quest gives you a purpose, but the endless continent-sized world is your playground long after the Emperor is safe. If Frontier's galaxy-sized sandbox is a bit too vast and directionless for you, Wing Commander Privateer offered the perfect blend of story and freedom. It's set in the Wing Commander universe and has a great storyline. And while the game ends with the story, there's nothing really stopping you from putting it on permanent hold and just living your best space life in its colorful world. The universe is your oyster. You can become a merchant, a mercenary or a pirate, taking on randomly generated missions to earn cash and upgrade your ship. To keep the game going forever, you just need to carry on playing after finishing the final story mission or put it on hold. The universe keeps ticking, offering new jobs and new dogfights long after the main plot would have been wrapped up. And you know what? Many people did just that. Now for a true oldie but goodie, Ports of Call, one of my personal favorites. Its concept is beautifully simple, you have a shipping company to run, and it's up to you to make it go big and expand, to keep it as it is, or to sink that ship in an epic bankruptcy. So you buy ships, find profitable cargo routes between cities all over the world, and try not to crash while manually steering your ships into port around icebergs, reefs or numerous other random encounters. That's it. There's no story, no grand finale, it's just the purest form of infinite gameplay loop. Earn money to buy better ships, to earn more money. It's a chill, endless cycle of global logistics that you can play for hours, days, or until you've cornered the entire world's shipping market. Best thing about it, however, is that you can play it with up to 3 others, making it a fun party game too if you're in a group of like-minded people. Talking about my favorites, as there seems to be quite a few of them in this video, let's touch the subject of the king of city builders. The one, the only SimCity 2000. This isn't a game with a final boss. You are the boss of zoning, taxes, and dealing with surprisingly frequent disasters. The beauty of SimCity 2000 is that it never ends. There's no congratulations, you've won SimCity screen, you can build your city until the year 25,000 and beyond. I think, because I've never took it that far. Theoretically, there are archaeologies you can launch into space, but they don't really end the game. SimCity 2000's replayability comes from its pure, unadulterated sandbox design. The only goal is the one you set for yourself, and whether it's to make the biggest, the most beautiful, eco-friendly or just sustainable city, it's your call. Heck, it may be to make it big and then unleash all the disasters on it, cause that's an option too. If you thought that arena was big, Bethesda decided to one-up itself and said hold my beer or hold my juice box, because I really don't know what they drink in their offices. The Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall is legendary for its absurd ambition. It refined arena's formula and crammed it into a smaller but far denser and more organic feeling world. The game map covering parts of High Rock and Hammerfell is procedurally generated to be roughly the size of Great Britain, so about 209,000 square kilometers. That's nearly 81,000 square miles. It's filled with over 15,000 towns, dungeons and manors to explore. Let that sink in, cause you're definitely not seeing all of that on one playthrough. Well, unless you decide to never end the game. Because not only you can play after the main story, but the game also features basically an infinite number of randomly generated side and guild quests. It's quite possibly the most never-ending RPG ever made. Ultima 7: The Black Gate is a masterpiece of world building. You are the Avatar and you're there to solve a murder mystery that spirals into a world-threatening crisis. But what if you didn't? What if you just never completed the mainline quest and carry on living in its lush, beautiful world? Well, simply put, you can. The world of Britannia is so incredibly detailed and interactive that you can spend forever just living in it. NPCs have daily schedules, you can bake bread from scratch by harvesting wheat and grinding flour, blacksmith, mix reagents, and just explore. Most people miss that while running to complete the story, but you can really just pause and relax in its beautiful world. The game only ends when you force the ending. So you can put the whole saving the world thing on the back burner and enjoy one of the most immersive digital worlds ever created on DOS. Let's move from saving the world, or not saving it actually, as this was the entire idea behind the endless gameplay of Ultima, to managing something far more chaotic. A theme park full of sugar-rushed kids. In Theme Park, your job is to build the happiest, most profitable and slightly too salty fries-selling amusement park in the world. While you have goals like achieving a certain park value or researching all the rides, there's no final screen that will say you win. You can keep expanding your park, researching bigger and better roller coasters, well, for as long as there's something left to research, and tweaking the amount of ice in your sodas forever. It's an endless loop of business management and creative design. And gosh darn if it's not addictive looking at these tiny people rushing to all your rides and roller coasters. Let's rewind to a game that was way ahead of its time, and in the 80s no less. StarFlight II. You assemble a crew, customize your ship and set out to explore a vast nebula. There's a plot about a mysterious powerful alien race, but the real game, for all intents and purposes, is Star Trek. So you explore strange new worlds, you seek out new life and civilizations, and you boldly go to where no man has gone before. And you can do it perpetually. With 150 systems and over 500 planets to discover, survey and mine for resources, different aliens to meet and engage in diplomacy with, you can play long after the main mystery is solved and still have fun. The core gameplay loop of exploring, gathering, trading and upgrading is so strong that it stands on its own. You can just keep leading your brave crew, fueled by that pure simple joy of finding something new. So there you have it, from building cities through exploring entire galaxies to just breaking bread somewhere in the outskirts of a quiet town, the DOS era was packed with games that refused to say game over. Whether through pure sandbox design, massive procedural generation or just letting you ignore the main quest, these titles gave us the entire worlds to live in, not just stories to finish. What are your favorite endless DOS games? Did I miss any classics? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, and so that we're clear, I deliberately ignored gems like Civilization and Master of Orion, as while they can be replayed indefinitely, all of them actually always end with a single playthrough. If you liked the video, hit those like, sub and bell icons below, it helps more than you know. Thanks a lot for watching, take care of yourself and I'll talk to you soon.